I'm Izze the Producer, and we in Tree Sound Studios, and shout out to Lala. Oh man, I forgot I got some crazy heat in here with TK on release.
Oh man, TK going crazy too.
Yeah, he going crazy right now. We got like 2 bangers.
The producer. How did you get your name?
Shit, how did I get my name? Messing around in the studio one day, man, with some homies back home, and my friend, she used to always call me Izze, and everybody just started calling me Izze, but the producer name it really hadn't stuck yet, so I was just in there and I had the MPC in my hand, and my homeboy was like, Izze the Producer. And he just kept calling me that for the whole day. He was just like, Izze the Producer. Come here, bro. Come fix this. Because I was recording at the time. I was on Pro Tools and everything. He was just like, man, you Izze the Producer, bro.
So what does music mean for you?
I mean, music means a lot for me. You know what I'm saying? It means like a release. It's a therapy. It's fun. You know, like, it's just something that, it's a craft. You know what I'm saying? It's an art form. I can do my thing and people like it and people can follow behind it and know about who I am as a person through my music. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like a gateway to grab you in and get to know me.
Right.
You know? Just a way to be creative too. So music for me is it's just like life. It's another way to be creative.
Now how long have you been producing now?
Roughly about like, I wanna say like in all, because everybody been producing for like a minute, but in all it's been about like 7 years. Like 3 professionally, if that's what people want to call it.
Right.
Like working with people. But yeah, like 7 years. I started taking it more serious when I got out of high school. Like out of high school I had a Jeezy placement, so it was like
dope.
It kind of fueled me. It made me go harder. I was like, man, I can really do this.
Right. Name a couple of the records that you produced that I know people will know.
Days Loaf, Desire, Days Loaf, We Winning, Rich Homie Quan, blah blah blah. What else? Young Dolph at the House, Young Jeezy Trump. Man, I start forgetting.
Right.
There be so many names. Lil Durk Real, that just recently came out.
Now, how does it feel when you like hear your records being played on the radio in the clubs? You know, just different records that you produce. How does that make you feel?
I mean, it's a good feeling. It's like it made me feel good. It made me feel like I'm getting some work done. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember being in the house and listening to music and being like, man, like I just want to hear my shit on the radio.
Right.
I just want to hear my shit booming. And once I heard it on the radio, I'm just like, man, like this shit is possible.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it made me excited. It really fueled me to go harder. It's like, man, like you keep it up, you're gonna take over Billboard. You just gotta keep going.
Right.
So hearing my shit on the radio is like a relief. It's like, man, somebody hearing my art.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My family get to hear it, and my city get to hear it, and it's a good feeling for me.
Now discuss coming all the way from Virginia and just making your way in a whole new atmosphere.
It's different, you know, cause Atlanta works different than Virginia does.
Absolutely.
Like Virginia breeds talent, like it does. Like
I
a lot
agree.
of talent come out of Virginia, and it's just the system there isn't all the way set up yet. So in Atlanta, it's like I have a blank canvas. You know what I'm saying? I'm meeting new people, and the industry is all down here. Like everybody's down here, so it's like people welcome me with open arms because they kind of heard my sound and everything like that. So Atlanta also made me go harder because all the producers are here. You know, and it kind of like structured my sound.
Right.
Because I'm from Virginia and I'm not, you know, like I kind of grew up on Atlanta music.
Right.
I did grow up on Atlanta music. My first album was a Jeezy album.
Wow.
And Atlanta just like, man, it turned me into like I want to say like a master artist. Like made me just want to learn more, made me want to go harder, made me want to know what is this energy. You know what I'm saying? Like Atlanta got a certain energy about it.
Right.
Like, I like dark music. I like pop music. I like hip hop. I listen to everything. So I want to be able to make all genres when I need to. So it's like somebody come in like a Dage, because when I first started working with Dage, it wasn't like I could play just any beat. I had to play her certain beats.
Right.
So when I got in that position, it's like I was already ready. So I just pressed play, and then the first beat she hopped on was Desire, and it just started like that. You know what I'm saying? So like I always prepared myself ahead of time.
Now discuss what Honorary Members is.
Honorary Members is, man, it's like a boutique label. You know what I'm saying? It's just a place for creatives to be creative and like cultivate that and keep it going. You know what I'm saying? Learn and just expand your craft. Like even expand being a person. You know what I'm saying? Because we do music, man, but music is still life. You know what I'm saying? You're still living life while you're doing it.
Now, I know when we first came into contact, it was because I was just like, man, Izze the Producer, I know this name because you worked with Dolph for so long.
Yeah.
And just talk about just, you know, working with Dolph before people even really kind of respected his craft, and to the point where it is now where people is just like, you know, people know who Young Dolph is. Talk about those long-term relationships and just how did y'all even meet?
Man, me and Dolph, we go back, man. Like my manager and his manager was already kind of like chopping it up. They had met each other, and it was just time for the artists to connect, which was me and Dolph. And once we connected, it just stuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think this was around the time like he dropped Blue Magic, and I sent him some beats, man. He was like, bro, like this shit is hard. Like I ain't getting nothing like this.
Right.
So he just kept asking me for beats, and we just started going back and forth, bouncing ideas off, and it just grew. Like, it's deep with me and him. It's just basically deeper than music. We always plotting on something. We always doing something or working on something new.
Right.
So, like, just those long-term relationships are keys, cause like you'll never know who you building with. Like, I kind of knew Dolph was gonna be who he was gonna be, cause he just had it. Like,
I agree.
He had the charisma. He had the drive to even go as hard as he's going now.
Right.
And it's like you got to see it before it happens.
Best memory that you have so far just being in the business?
Best memory. It's so many, man. Like, I'm going to just have to pick one.
Yeah.
I'm going to just let it know there's so many. But, like, just being in the studio during, like, the Waka time, like, when Waka was, like, going hard. He was dropping projects, being in the studio and in that energy. And I'm gonna just say one more. I remember like Future's Monster Party. That was amazing.
What musicians do you look up to?
Pharell, Ryan Lesile. I always looked up to Ryan Lesile because he was a fool on the keys. He was a fool with the instrumentation, and you know, I looked up to Drumma Boy coming up as a young producer, and Zaytoven, like coming up. You know, everybody's on YouTube looking up Zaytoven making beats because he was the only one really like in the studio. Him and Drumma Boy was the only ones in the studio kind of showing you the process and how it is to be in the studio.
Right.
It's like, as far as what I seen. So those were just some producers I looked up to, and like musicians as far as artists, I always looked up to like Michael Jackson. I always had a lot of his music. I always looked up to Jeezy because it's just like at the time where I was living, that's just what I was seeing. You know what I'm saying? Like I could relate through his music, probably not the trapping part, but just the whole life, the lifestyle, and what goes on in the hood. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And musicians, another musician I really look up to is Nipsey Hussle.
Good one.
Like,
Good one.
He's like one of my top 5. He's in my top 5.
I dig it.
Just because of his content, how he carry himself, be a businessman, and I feel like I relate to that a lot. And just his vision. Like, you gotta have vision when you do anything.
Ultimate goal for Izze the Producer.
Ultimate goal. My ultimate goal is just like to take over Billboard and just like never come off. Like, I mean, when I say that, I mean like never come off. Like top 100, always up there, and like doing movies and just becoming the best artist I can be, motivating people to be great. You know what I'm saying? I want to be great. I feel like everybody on this earth could be great, and if I can push you or you get some inspiration from me to be great, more power to you, because that's what I'm here for. Like, I'm only a part of the puzzle. You know, I help make this puzzle. I help make this picture. So I'm just a piece of it.
Right.
And my ultimate goal is just to inspire people and like change the world just through my music. Change the world and how people see certain stuff so you can see it from my point of view. I encourage people to grow with me. Like, I could tell you what I got going on, but I'd rather you pay attention and just grow with me, because we all growing. I might do something. Sometimes I never know what's next. Some just pop up like that and I'm on to the next thing. Just because I'm always looking toward the future.
Izze The Producer. Quan. It was hard to hear at first. I couldn't understand what you was saying. And these bitches bound to get hurt. Cause a lot of these niggas be playing. And I fuck with Shawty on the low. And I know she know I'm the man. So that